Looking for the best budget graphics cards to suit your needs? In this video, we're diving into some of the top options available right now. Before we begin, don't forget to check out the links in the description to find the best deals within your budget. Let's get started. Number 1. AMD Radeon RX 7600. The Radeon RX 7600 is currently the lowest-end member of AMD's Radeon RX 7000 series. This makes it one of the newest graphics cards to be considered a budget option and one of the few current-generation cards under $300. Its use of the new Radeon A3 graphics architecture enables it to perform better and more efficiently than the last-gen Radeon RX 6000 series cards, and it comes loaded with 8 GB of graphics memory, making it exceptional for 1080p gaming. Who it's for? There's very little to criticize about the Radeon RX 7600. At its introduction price, it is the least expensive graphics card in AMD's modern Radeon RX 7000 series, and its performance while running games at 1080p resolutions is excellent. As a budget option, it should be one of the cards you most strongly consider if you can afford it. Note, however, that its performance drops quickly as you up the resolution, and this card should not be used for gaming at 4K. Gaming at 1080p is the decided sweet spot. Specs and configurations. Graphics processor: AMD Navi 33. GPU base clock: 2250 MHz. GPU boost clock: 2625 MHz. Graphics memory type: GDDR6. Graphics memory amount: 8 GB. HDMI outputs: 1. DisplayPort outputs: 3. Number 2. Nvidia GeForce RTX 4060. As a member of the Nvidia GeForce RTX 40 series, the GeForce RTX 4060 features support for key modern PC gaming technologies, including DLSS 3 and ray tracing. It's also one of the fastest cards in its price range and highly efficient, making it a standout option in the current generation gaming card market. Who it's for? The GeForce RTX 4060 performs exceedingly well at running games at 1080p and has a modern feature set. Arguably, in one sense of the word, it is the best budget graphics card that money can buy on pure performance. At $299, however, it barely qualifies as a budget card and is really only an option for those who can afford to spend a little more. It's a safe option in the budget market if you worry that the other budget cards won't be fast enough or have a long enough shelf life for emerging games. Beware that its 4K gaming experience is relatively poor, however, and this should not be considered a budget option for gaming at higher resolutions. Keep it at 1080p, and you'll be very, very happy. Specs and configurations. Graphics processor: Nvidia AD107. GPU base clock: 1830 MHz. GPU boost clock: 2505 MHz. Graphics memory type: GDDR6. Graphics memory amount: 8 GB. HDMI outputs: 1. Number 3. AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. Unlike most under $250 graphics cards today, the Radeon RX 6600 XT stands out. Most cards below $250 were purpose-built as budget options, while the rest are relatively old and outdated. The Radeon RX 6600 XT was designed as a precisely mid-range solution. It's also relatively recent, supporting the latest graphics features, including ray tracing. Once priced at $379, these cards are now less than $250, where they persist as some of the fastest budget graphics cards. Who it's for? Though highly capable, Radeon RX 6600 XT graphics cards are also in a precarious position in the card market. They may be some of the fastest budget graphics cards, but also some of the more expensive ones, depending on the model you look at and the reseller on a given day. The Radeon RX 6600 XT is a fine option if you want to run games at 1080p with high graphic settings and are worried that sub-$200 options won't quite cut it. However, you should also look closely at mid-range cards like the Radeon RX 7600 and the GeForce RTX 4060, which deliver far more performance for just a little more money, in most cases. The RX 6600 XT makes more sense the closer the model you're looking at is to $200 versus $250. Specs and configurations. Graphics processor. AMD Navi 23 XT. GPU base clock. 1968 MHz. GPU boost clock. 2607 MHz. Graphics memory type. GDDR6. Graphics memory amount. 8 GB. HDMI outputs. 1. DisplayPort outputs. 3.